Hey, what's going on, people? This is Tenchi, and I'm back for another TMNT Rant Rave review for this week's episode entitled Vision Quest. Okay, so it starts out with Leonardo in the woods looking like he's hunting. He's got a bow and arrow, and he is after this buck, and this buck knows it's being hunted because as soon as Leonardo misses the shot, this bug goes after him and just pummels him. You know what I'm saying? And just growls and just like, why, leave me alone type. And from that point, Leo realizes that he has lost his connection with nature, and not only him but the rest of the brothers. They have lost their connection with nature. So Leo decides to have them go off and on a ninja quest. Basically something that every ninja has to go through. And for 3 days, they're gonna do nothing but meditate and train, right? And through that time, you get some very funny moments. You know what I mean, like with the squirrels and Michelangelo and things like that, and seeing how the turtles interact with each other outside of just outside of the farmhouse and all that, just being in the woods, getting in tune with nature. And while they are sitting at a campfire, they get a message from Master Splinter, much like in the first movie when they're training, and they get that and they get a message from Master Splinter. His spirit comes up and talks to them. And as soon as I saw this, I'm like, finally, what the heck happened to Splinter? We know at the end of season 2, he was brought up by Karai while he almost drowned fighting with Shredder, and he's in the sewer somewhere. Now we're all thinking, I guess the turtles all thought he's dead, so they kind of lost hope there. But his spirit comes to them and tells them that he's still alive. I've lost connection with my body, but my body's still alive, right? But you guys are not ready to find me yet. First, you have to go on your own journeys separate, and basically get over the things that are holding you back the most. With Leo, it's his leg and his confidence. With Michelangelo, it's his very short attention span, basically. And with Donatello, it's the fact that he thinks too much and doesn't rely on his own, doesn't rely on his own body and skills, and too much on his mind. Sometimes you have to act without thinking. It depends on the situation. And with Raphael, it's his anger, of course. So they all go their own separate ways onto the spiritual plane. And while this is going on, they see that same buck again. Now it's interesting because when Donatello mentioned that in the Shinto religion, deer are looked at as messengers, I remember hearing something like that that a friend told me, and seeing that buck standing on its hind legs. I'm like, in the way it was designed, I was kind of in awe of that. And I know everybody wants me to talk about it. Their weapons and their clothes while on this spiritual journey. Yes, obviously it's to sell toys, but I cannot deny that every single one of them just looked awesome. Each one of them just looks so great, and I like the weapons that they chose. Michelangelo with the sickles, Donatello with the axe. I think that was my favorite one, Donatello with the axe, because remember in the first season where he was complaining about his weapon just being a stick. Now he's got a stick with a blade on it. Okay, that, I don't know, it was fitting. And of course, Raphael with the flamethrowers inside the claws. Very nice. Whoever came up with that, very nice. Traditional bow and arrow for Leonardo, very nice. While they're on the spiritual plane, they all fight basically spiritual apparitions of the enemies that they've been fighting since seasons 1 and 2. Tiger Claw, Fish Face, Shredder, Razar, and the Foot Clan. And it's great to see them overcome the things that are holding them back. And it was a great episode altogether. Like I didn't really see anything wrong with this episode. It had it had nice build up. It was very deep because it does make you think about what is holding me back. Basically, if you look at it from that perspective, especially as an adult, like what is it that is holding me back the most? And with each of the turtles, it's kind of it's kind of written on their faces what's holding them back the most. Now, how is this going to show how they grow when they get back to New York? Because this is the build up. This is what we've been waiting for. This is the episode where the turtles not only develop more physically but also spiritually, and now they are ready to go back to New York and face the Krang and face the Shredder and everything else. And I can't wait to see it. Let me know what you guys think of this episode. What do you think of their outfits? What do you think of their spiritual journey as well? Who do you think had the craziest fight? I know a lot of people are probably going to say Leonardo versus the Shredder, especially at the end. But honestly, I I think I don't think there is just one. I think all of them. I liked this entire episode. There really was nothing I could see wrong with it. It was deep. It made me think about myself, and it made me even more pumped that not only did we finally get to see Splinter again, even if it was as a spirit, but we've gotten further to seeing how the turtles are going to develop as they fight with with Krang and Shredder and what else progresses, and even Casey and April. I mean, we've gotten a lot of development from both of them. It just seems like this is progressed slowly, but but like I said in my last review, I think it was very necessary for everyone. So let me know what you guys think of this episode, and I will see you on the next one. And to catch up with any of my reviews or TMNT news, check out my TMNT playlist. And with that, I will leave you with peace, love, and never be normal.